Hey! Sorry about the lighting in this video. One of my friends requested this and I'm currently filming this at 20 to 1 in the morning before I forget. So today's video is different types of shoe fastenings in Lolita and how to fasten them. I'm going to go through 4.5 basic types of shoe fastening. You'll understand the half when I get to it. And these are rocking horse shoelaces, buckles on a popper, which will honestly make more sense, these like kind of clasp buckles, and zippers. So I'm going to start off with one of the more common types for like typical Lolita shoes, which is the clasp buckle. So here are my shoes that I chose from my wardrobe with a clasp buckle. This is probably the second most common type of Lolita shoe fastening. I'm going to just take one shoe so I can show you clearly. So you normally have a crossover ankle strap on this style of shoe with a hook like this, and for these you basically just slip and pull. So the hook is like that on that side, and then on the side of the buckle facing forwards typically. So yeah, and out like that. So I'll do that again if I can. So it's I normally do it like in that way. I'm really careful of the holes on the strap, and then pull and push, and there you go, and that sits on the outside of the shoe. So this is the left shoe, so that sits out on the outside of your ankle and is typically held up on your leg. I'll try doing it one more time just so we can see. If I do it backwards so you can see how the inside works. So it's in, hook, pull. This is one of my favourite types of shoe fastening just because it's so easy and they don't really come undone very easily when you're at a meet walking. Now the second most common type of shoe fastening from my experience is the popper buckle. Here are the pair of shoes I chose from my wardrobe to demonstrate this. These shoes are also featuring like a little charm that you can take on and off, and I will take one shoe and show you how I buckle it. So here we have the shoe with a buckle on a popper. So on the outside, like the other shoe, it very much just looks like a normal buckle, but with these you have like a little metal popper. These pop off just like that. These are really easy, in my opinion, to get on and off, and they just snap back in. This is a really common fastening type on Bodyline shoes. These are Alice and the Pirates, but I find Bodyline shoes have this fastening a lot. So once again, that's just like that. And I forgot to mention before, but normally you can use the actual buckle as well to adjust the length of the strap. This is the same on these. They do have other buckle holes. You can normally most shoes you will be able to still adjust them, so if it's a bit loose or a bit tight, you should be able to do something about it. With this one you can take the little clock on and off, but I leave it on because it's a super cute detail. So yeah, with these as well, like the buckle's quite unusual. You can like slip, if you're cleverer than me, you can slip the leather through to unbuckle it. And then, like so. But obviously with it being on a popper, this is all easier if you do it off the popper. Just going to buckle these back up. I do have a pair of just buckle shoes which I will show in a minute. These are getting difficult. Oh, okay. There we go. So these ones like rely on the shoe being tight for the buckle to be fully fastened as well. So I just need to get that back through. They're really fun shoes are these. I don't normally wear heels, but I like these ones. So yeah, once more, just snap. Now the one problem I find with these ones as well, if you've got slightly wider feet, and by slightly I mean literally like when you put pressure on it, it just goes slightly. These can sometimes pop open. I haven't really found a solution to that, but yeah, generally you'll find this style on a lot of shoes. Next shoe style is just a normal buckle. Hopefully you know how to do these. If not, that's fine, I will show you. These aren't typical Lolita shoes. These are Vivienne Westwood Melissa collaboration shoes, but I really like these. They're really comfy jelly shoes, essentially. So these actually have 3 sets of buckles. I've left the bottom one done up so you can see how they look when they're fastened, but they're just very much a typical buckle. You go up into the first loop, choose your desired length. Obviously you'd normally do this on your foot rather than off, and then back through, down, and pull tight. And I'll do the next one. So up, flick the little flick through, loop back down, and pull tight. And there you go. And that's just a normal buckle shoe, which I thought I'd include. Now my next type of shoe fastening is one that you normally find on boots. Boots aren't as trendy as they once were, but I still have them. So these boots are from Baby Starshine Bright, and they have a really interesting fake lace-up effect. Now for Lolita shoes, especially boots, you will have a zip. Now the zips are sometimes a bit difficult, but you can normally pretty much get them up and down. I find with these you do get a bit of resistance. As far as the bows on the front go, generally speaking, trying to tie these as aesthetically pleasing as possible is the fun challenge of wearing Lolita boots. I just do the kind of like loop over, under, pull kind of bow, which is not the prettiest. I don't know how I ended up with that side that long, but it's not, it just kind of sits nicely at the top of the shoe and doesn't get in the way of anything. I know some people can do like fancy bows where you get like 2 knots and all sorts, but there's no pressure on having like OTT bows on your shoes unless you want them for your look. And finally, rocking horse shoes. These are some of my favourite types of shoes. I unfortunately don't have real ones. Mine are Antina replicas, but they're still basically the same way. Rocking horse shoes are these kind of funky chunky platforms with a lot of lacing. So I'm going to pull the lacing out. These ones in particular, they have a crossover at the front and then a loop at the back. I have noticed this changes depending on where you buy them from, so how your shoes are may be different to mine. And I tend to like to cross over the front of the leg. I know this is my arm, but we're here. And the back. So you have this sort of ballet style going on. Then depending on how thick your legs are, you normally would have a lot less than this left. I normally tie it around the front in a bow. I'm going to try and tie a bow one-handed. This is going to be fun. This is like a dyspraxic challenge. Can you tie a bow above your elbow one-handed with a shoe on your other hand? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good. Is this a new skill? Am I now able to tie a bow one-handed on over my elbow? There we go. That's not the best bow. Once again, as I mentioned, I'm not the best at tying bows, but your rocking horseshoe will kind of look like that with much less tail going on. And with a cross. Obviously, if you want it to cross over more, you can. Another way of wearing them, which is what I normally do because I tend to find the straps fall down, is I wrap them crisscross but around my ankle. So you do the same thing, but like make it really secure on your ankle. Obviously, like if you're putting them on your legs, you probably won't have to flip your legs. And I normally do this a lot better when I'm actually wearing them, but I wanted to be able to show you what I was doing rather than just talking it through. I'm now attempting to tie a bow with one hand again. This was definitely easier when it was on my elbow. My favourite way of wearing them. There is another way of fastening rocking horseshoes, which is the Bodyline ones. Now the Bodyline ones are Velcro at the ends of the straps, and I don't currently have a pair in my house. There we go, a bow. Now the Bodyline ones are a bit of a different experience. I'm going to take this off my hand, but that's generally how I like to wear my rocking horseshoes. The Bodyline ones have a strip. The Bodyline rocking horseshoes have a strip of Velcro that is about 2 inches long. Now this can cause all kinds of fun problems, especially if you're trying to tie it around your ankle. Those ones are... You can tie them in a bow, but I wouldn't recommend it because you will end up with the like hook side of the Velcro going into your socks or your leg wear, or if you're unfortunate, it will like catch on your petticoat or the lace on the bottom of your dress. But those ones you can normally get around to like the area just under your knee, and they will Velcro nicely. I find those ones hold up a bit better than the ones you have to tie. And I do wish I had some to show. I used to have some a few years ago, but unfortunately I broke them on my way from Hyper Japan 2017. I definitely did a vlog for that Hyper Japan. But yeah, those ones you can also put around your ankle in the same way. You just will have a bit of a bulky patch unless you have slightly larger ankles. For my size, I have below average size ankles, but I have bigger legs than if I'm straight size, if that makes any sense. So my legs are an odd size compared to the rest of me. We don't quite know why. But I find that the Bodyline ones at the ankle, you do end up with like a little bit that where it crosses over that it just kind of sticks out and then goes around your ankle, but I don't think anyone's really going to be like mean about you for that. Just thought I'd add this in because I'm wearing the Bodyline rocking horseshoes in this picture. You can kind of see they're a little bit bulkier at the front, but it's not as easy to see as I remember it being, which is a good thing. Hope that was a helpful video. If you want more videos like this, I'm very sorry, I'm using a laptop as part of my lighting setup because I need to get a ring light. If you want to see any more videos like this where I talk about how to, I guess, like how to fasten your shoes, how to put on a headpiece, I don't know. I don't know what anyone wants. So if you leave me a comment with any ideas you have, and I'll see you real soon.